Tú no puedes. Uy, uy, uy. So, así es como nosotros vamos a pasar las elecciones. This is 2024 elections. Look at that. Y eso está sellado. That's sealed. Look at that. Official materials. ¿Cómo eso estaba en medio de la calle botado? Yo quiero que tú me expliques eso. That's crazy. ¿Cómo se le cayó a alguien? No quiero oír nada. No sé nada.
Doing a good community service. Thank you. Thank you very much. We really appreciate it.
I'm not trying to get nobody in trouble. I just did what I.
No, and I appreciate you because there's a lot of people out there that wouldn't do what you did tonight. So.
All right, well, this is a no conspiracy theory zone here at Giant TV. And if I cannot tangibly get my hands on some sort of verifiable information on something, then it won't be covered here. Now, don't get me wrong, conspiracy theories are fun and sometimes actually true, but that's not what we do here on Giant TV. But what I do know is that already those Confederates behind Trump I keep telling y'all about, keeping true to their Project 2025 promises or threats, whatever you want to call them. They said they would hit the ground running and they wasn't bullshitting. I hope you are not retired, elderly, or love someone who is, because these white nationalists have been telling you to your face, really for every bit of about 20 years, that they either want to totally get rid of Social Security or the next best thing is to privatize it for their elite white nationalist billionaire friends to make money off of. Now, the dark art of playing in black folk faces is something these white nationalists have seemed to master.
I got indicted a second time and a third time and a fourth time. And a lot of people said that that's why the black people like me, because they have been hurt so badly and discriminated against. And they actually viewed me as I'm being discriminated against. It's been pretty amazing. I'm being indicted for you, the black population.
We will work with his administration, but we will not compromise our values or our integrity or our principles. We've studied their platforms. We've identified certain possibilities, fact patterns. We've created contingency plans. This is not the time to be fearful, New York, but faithful.
Let me just say this to Big Tish James, the New York Attorney General. I dare you to try to continue your lawfare against President Trump in his second term, because listen here, sweetheart, we're not messing around this time, and we will put your fat ass in prison for conspiracy against rights.
But just like a pimp would tell you, you can't pull this off with just any woman. There has to be a groundwork of trauma and disparity in order for the systemic brainwashing to be able to really take hold. In other words, it needs fertile ground, so to speak. Now, one of the issues is a black person's desire to have proximity to whiteness. But that's not the issue with the black folks I'm trying to talk to. The majority of y'all do not fall into that category. Really none of you do, actually. But you do fall into a category that most of us in the United States of America today fall into. We are very, very vulnerable to the deception in today's media landscape. Like, Trump was better for black folks. How? And don't bring up HBCUs. That tired ass talking point has already been debunked left and right. Look up Alma Adams, the woman who was really behind the funding of HBCUs. Trump's better for the economy. Nigga, how? The numbers actually show otherwise. And quit trying to use COVID as an excuse, because his third grade level ass had the scientific, economic, and logistical powers of the most technologically advanced civilization in the history of man at his dumpy ass fingertips, and this punk ass came out calling the shit a hoax. His incompetent ass wasted precious time talking shit on Twitter before finally implementing the so-called, what is it, Operation Lightspeed or whatever the fuck that shit was. The same pandemic response operation that the previous administration left him, but he just shitted on it like, oh no, we're not gonna do that. And like a lot of people across the country, my family lost someone as well. My older brother, a healthy 60-year-old man who didn't smoke, didn't drink, and played a lot of golf. See COVID and blood clots, motherfucker. Do we not understand the simple ass plan to be like a James Jones cult leader 101? What do they teach you the very first day of dictator school? What is it that they teach you in dictator class? It's just keep saying it. Just keep saying it. Power through. He was better for the economy. Just keep fucking saying it. Power through. They'll never look it up. Just keep saying it. When somebody catches you in a lie, you just go blah, 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 la, 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 and then just walk away. This shit is so easy to see. It's like y'all living in a digital bird box with blinders on or something, but you won't be able to unsee it. These protests in Chicago, one of many across the country against Trump's reelection. Now, I don't know how serious you think Trump is, but once he's back in office and he has a Pentagon chief sitting right next to him that won't go against his batshit crazy wishes, start wearing body armor because Trump wants to shoot y'all in the street like dogs.
America, this man Donald Trump is the best thing to ever happen to
Something
America.
like,
And I'm gonna tell you
oh,
why.
shoot the Black Lives Matter protesters in the legs. What does your face look like?
Well, that's clearly an extraordinary situation where I was just dumbstruck by it. And he was speaking to General Mark Milley when he asked that question of, can't you just shoot him in the legs or something? And I was, shocked by it. To hear this from the President of the United States saying that we shoot our fellow Americans in the streets of the nation's capital. And I think that...
And not just, we're not even talking police, national, he's talking about the U.S. military.
Now, I don't know if it was the camera, the white boy in the hood. I mean, white people's ice is colder. What should have actually happened is they ass should have got tarred and feathered and told to never set foot in Fulton County ever again. But the saddest part of this footage, I will not show this little black girl's face, but some of you niggas are like the humans in the old V Alien Invasion series back in the day that sided with the aliens and it was going to be something in it for them, which a lot of social commentary of the time compared it to 1930s Germany, which y'all other boy.
Dass ich fleißig gewesen bin, dass ich gearbeitet habe, dass ich mich in diesen Jahren für dich eingesetzt habe, dass ich...
Just be ready for stop and frisk.
Properly. Second, to qualify for this new funding and all other Justice Department grants, I will insist that local jurisdictions return to proven common sense policing measures, such as stop and frisk. Very simple. You stop them and you frisk them. Strictly enforcing existing gun laws against convicted felons, cracking down on the open use of illegal drugs.
The enforcement of qualified immunity.
We're going to give our police their power back, and we're going to give them immunity from prosecution. So they're not prosecuted for doing their job.
Now, I've explained this qualified immunity before, but let me give you like a real world situation of how this works. So let's say you driving down the street, minding your own damn business, ain't broke a law. Cop pulls you over, snatches you out the car, beats you within an inch of your life, and basically, essentially just robs you, like takes whatever cash money you have on you. Now, let's say this cop gets caught and his chief says, look, we got to let you go, man. This is fucked up. It's in the media. This is a bad look. You can't do this to citizens. We got to let you go. Well, that cop will just take his stupid ass over to the next precinct and he'll put in an application to get hired again. Now, what qualified immunity does, when he fills out that application and they run a background check on his work history, that incident where he beat you within an inch of your life and robbed you will not even come up. He's protected with qualified immunity. This is what Trump wants to bring back and enforce. Like this, he really wants open season on you niggas, and you out here putting on his hats and shit like, oh, geez, Louise. Boy, I tell you, bullshit ain't about nothing. Oh, and how could I forget before I left? Tariffs. Trump's third grade ass already did this tariff shit the first time, and it was a fucking disaster. Wait, you didn't even know about that, did you? Yeah, man, that's the point. But knowing is half the battle. Come on, man. So after putting soybean farmers in a financial quagmire, he had to then go grab a shit ton of money to make those farmers whole again. Where do you think that money came from, bro?
I mean, I understand they're trying to help us. I get that, but it's not a long-term fix. It's a pacifier, so to speak.
Now his dumb frumpy ass wants to tariff everything. Let's look at this for a moment, okay?
To me, the most beautiful word in the dictionary is tariff.
A tariff is a tax on imports. It's a sales tax. Much as Trump insists that foreigners will pay it, that's not how it works.
Or maybe y'all support the death penalty for drug dealers. I don't know. Maybe that's y'all thing in the hood.
But we're going to be asking everyone who sells drugs, gets caught selling drugs, to receive the death penalty for their heinous acts, because it's the only way. We don't need any more blue ribbon committees. We don't need, I don't like to say this, and I don't even know if the American public is ready for it. And a lot of my people say, please don't say that, sir. That's not nice. They kill 500 people each on average. And if you don't do this, in China, when I was with President Xi, I said, President, do you have a drug problem? No, 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 we don't. He looked at me like I didn't know what I was doing. He said, no, we don't have a drug. How come you don't have a drug problem? He said, quick trial. What is a quick trial? I sort of knew. What is a quick trial? That's where if you get caught dealing drugs, you have an immediate and quick trial, and by the end of the day, you're executed.
Jeez Louise. Bro. Okay. All right. That's it for now. You know what? I actually can make this a whole series and just call it Fat Meat Greasy. Shit, jeez Louise. All right, man. Anyway, till next time, this is JD at Giant TV. Love y'all, man. Out.
I just love you.
No, that's why he's a great politician.
Hey, you niggas will be all right.
Look at my African American over here. Look at him. Are you the greatest?